the worst one. This is by far the worst. So, you would have seen this on TikToks. Let's just say we have a normal video of me and you. We're doing like a podcast. And as we're talking, we're having fun. And out of the blue, a bee bites you on the mouth. And you lose it. You go, oh my God. And I'm laughing. We're talking. For some reason, I don't know why this is a thing. There will be hundreds and hundreds of comments talking about the bee and how you got bit and how hard, like how crazy it was. And then there'll be a few people like, why isn't nobody talking about the bee? And it's like, everyone fucking is.
I've noticed
it's the main fucking vocal point of the...
Remember Jersey Shore?
Jersey.
And how exciting Jersey Shore was? Because you'd always watch them. Paulie D, Vinny, Mike, I'm trying to think of the names. J-Wow.
Yeah, let's start with Jersey Shore.
J-Wow. Sammy. Oh my God, Rani. All the gang going out clubbing.
Sorry, is this a start?
This is how we go. No, you're right. All right.
See how I'm like, no, that's a really good start.
Because then we go into an experience.
Yeah.
And then into ours.
Yep. That sounds
because
good.
Obviously we were underage when we were watching Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Like we weren't we were getting towards 18, Geordie Shore. You know, our clubbing experiences for me anyway.
Sorry, Bass, we need to how do you want to lead into it? Because I love that idea, but how do you want to start it?
I've got no idea. I was just going to go my own way, and then I was over
No, because I'm in my head, I'm thinking, how do I cut it into...
Well, that's what I was kind of just hoping that you're going to work some sort of your own magic. Because you're always very good at doing, like... Yeah. You're good at that, I feel.
Yeah.
You're very good at being like...
But in that moment, I was like, I can't connect it. So that's why I'm like...
Connect the dots.
All right, mate. Sorry. Mate.
Heebie-jeebie. All right.
Okay. Man, can't clap.
No, that was like the audio cue. Yeah. And then we go. All
right, I'll cut that. Man, Jersey Shore.
Jersey fucking Shore.
I think that was... I remember going and watching that, and I was 2 seasons behind when I started. It may have been, without a doubt, one of my favourite shows ever. Easily.
It hands down was one of the greatest. Those later seasons, though, man... As soon as that original cast starts to leave, same thing happened with Geordie Shore.
Yep.
They all just start to leave, go their own separate, and it's just like...
just changes.
Those filler characters. Well, not even like personalities, more or less.
Well, I feel like Jersey Shore had the perfect casting. The casting was insane.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was so good. And then they had about 3 seasons, which were solid. 10 out of 10 each season, absolutely amazing.
Each episode.
Yeah. Ooh. And then they went downhill. Right?
It did.
But while they went downhill, Geordie Shore started. And Geordie Shore was elite.
Geordie Shore was, but I remember season 1, Vicky and... I can't remember his name now, but those two were always just going at each other.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
He was on there for season 1, and then he ended up coming back a little bit later.
Oh, Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
Yep. Yeah, and he couldn't talk sometimes.
Yeah. Remember Dan? He was there for that one. My name's Dan. okay, mate.
This is what I'm talking about, a casting choice. So with Geordie Shore, you had a lot of the characters would always be able to go out and pull. They put someone on the show who did not have that ability.
Yeah.
And it was so clear.
Like that. It was weird as well. The dynamic, more so for Geordie Shore than... Because like that was sort of your middle-aged 20-year-olds. A few like... 21s, 20, whatever. And then there was, I still remember because he was only ever on the first season, and I think he may have even left early, just randomly had some like 30-year-old, 32-year-old dude who's just
was
like...
it Greg?
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing here?
And he did his first season, he did a few episodes, he said, I just don't get along with any of these guys. I don't feel like I vibe with them. This isn't me. Like, I just want to go home. It's like, yeah, because you're partying with children.
Yeah,
like,
legit.
It's not what you want to do.
Like,
But yeah, Jersey Shore, season 1 to 3, iconic. You know what was insane?
Definitely.
Snooki actually getting hit by a
guy.
that
was full on as. I remember that. I was like, it's put on for cameras.
Yep.
Wasn't put on for cameras.
It wasn't. Yeah.
And then you're sort of like, that's like not okay.
And Jersey Shore, no bullshit, was actually real.
Yeah, and they had to actually make their own money in like the T-shirt shop and all that.
Don't get me wrong. Now,
like,
it is not.
No way.
It is not even close. All the reality TV shows these days completely, if they're not fake, they're led into drama deliberately. But Jersey Shore was the first of its kind where they just took six
I think
people.
that's why it was so good, because it just like it probably worked better than what they thought it would.
Yeah. Well, the casting was just perfect.
110%.
If you didn't have the right casting, that would have just been watching six people in a house go out and just, I don't know. The way they got along and everything. Yeah,
and the clubbing was the best as well. Like the classic, like the cabs are here, t-shirt time, like all of that. And then just, again, the clubbing. Yeah. Just like the got to raise it to the roof. Yep. And they just kept on raising it.
Do you know why it was so good as well compared to other shows right now, like Love Island? Like Love Island's so popular. They can't drink on Love Island.
Yeah, no, they can't.
Do you realise how popular that TV show would be if they could actually get smashed and then have the fights they want to have?
Yeah, the chaos.
It would be incredible.
The chaos would be unreal.
It would. But yeah, so Jersey Shore and Geordie Shore, they would get smashed every single night, especially Geordie Shore.
Yeah, always VIP lines as well at the clubs. Yeah. They have like their own private booths. They just be like, all right, you can come up now. And stuff like that. It's like, fuck.
Could you do that? Because from some of the interviews I've seen, it sounds like, I'm not too sure with Jersey Shore. Jersey Shore sounds like it would have been going out your typical Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But for Geordie Shore, it sounded like they went out 6 nights a week and then one night rest.
From our experience of clubbing, know for a fact, you want to be on some good shit or like just like loving life. No, like seriously though, like if you're going out on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
drinking,
Thursday night, it's either fucking dead or like...
Well, that's why they have their like family night. Yeah, I know. And I'm just like, I couldn't take another family night of just drinking out in a club. That would,
dude,
that
like
would suck.
I don't mind a drink with mates. Every night for a month. No thanks.
It would
I just want some water.
Yeah.
Just want some water and a homemade lasagna.
Maybe a Panadol
I'm not asking for much. Just a Powerade.
I hate hangovers. I couldn't do the way they would go extremely hard. I couldn't do that.
I couldn't. Not
on repeat.
And like, don't get me wrong, drunk me can be kind of funny, sometimes annoying.
Yeah.
I don't want to be drunk me 24/7. I don't want to be tipsy me 24/7. And I definitely don't want to be hanging out with people that are drunk 24/7 because you're going to do my head in. We won't get along. We could be best mates now.
Yeah.
But, mate, if you're drinking every single day, I'm probably just going to be like, just leave me the fuck alone.
Well, could you do it if in the back of your mind you were realising you were getting paid?
Well, see, yeah, that's the difference, isn't it? And especially if you're not too famous. I think maybe that's why it was so successful at first because, like, they didn't really know them. Whereas, like, in those later seasons, because you'd have those people in the club who'd be like, oh, it's such and such. Like, I know that if I can maybe, like, piss them off, that's going to be put in the show.
That's going to get a reaction.
If I'm
I can hook up with them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get my 5 minutes of fame.
People love 5 minutes of fame these days.
Oh, they do.
That's the same with how I would sometimes see people, I guess, commenting on other people's videos, no matter what it be, really trying to get as many likes as they can.
Guilty of that. I'm guilty of that a few times.
Okay. I don't think you'd be guilty of this one, though, because this one confuses me. When someone will comment on a video, like mainly YouTube.
Yes.
And then they get 3,000 likes. Then they'll go on that.
Edit the comment
and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the likes. What? Why?
No, I've never done that. I've never ever done that.
I don't get it.
Second,
I've never
L+ ratio.
Mate, I've never understood them. The worst one, this is by far the worst. So, you would have seen this. On TikToks, let's just say we have a normal video of me and you. We're doing a podcast. And as we're talking, we're having fun. And out of the blue, a bee bites you on the mouth. And you lose it. You go, oh my God. And I'm laughing. We're talking. For some reason, I don't know why this is a thing. There will be hundreds and hundreds of comments talking about the bee and how you got bit and how hard, like how crazy it was. And then there'll be a few people like, why isn't nobody talking about the bee? And it's like, everyone fucking is.
I've noticed
it's the main fucking vocal point.
I'll tell you the worst one actually as well on Instagram.
Yeah.
When you go to the comment section, it's always like, who's hot and ready to play tonight? And it's always like female bot account. Like it's like some, for example, like clothing brand. It's like, can't wait to wear this tonight. Are you single? And it's like, what? How did you even find my page?
Or if you get, there's so many hashtags. If you use, next thing you know, your comments are DM me, check your inbox. It's like, who are you?
Yeah,
what do you want?
It's ridiculous. But going back to the clubbing scene, all that aside, clubbing alone.
Oh, I'd rather kill myself. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like, honestly, good on to anyone to do it, because maybe someone's going out to make new friends. That's completely fine. I respect that. But I don't think clubbing is where...
Do you want to be that random guy that gets brought back to afters, though?
I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're gonna imagine, man. I don't think you're gonna find the friends you're looking for in this scenario. Go out and join a sporting club. That is probably the best way.
Sport. That'd be a great way.
There is so many sports out there. I'm sure there's one you may like. Table tennis is banging.
You're quite good at table tennis too.
Yeah, surely you can just go out and just join. They always have teams, and you can start. But if you want to meet people going out alone clubbing, fuck that.
Yeah, I think from personal experience as well, like you and I used to go out quite a bit.
Yeah.
We got pretty used to, the bouncers and almost we get there and we just knew everyone.
Yeah.
And life was somewhat good.
Yeah.
Good in terms. And the reason why I say good like that, very Dr. Evil.
I love when people listening on audio have no idea you're doing quotation marks.
No idea what it's
like having a stroke.
Yeah. Not everyone's genuine when you go out on a night out. They're mates with you on the night and for the weekend.
Yeah.
But buddy, Johnny's not wanting to catch up for dinner.
Yeah.
Johnny wants to get 10 vodka Red Bulls down.
Yeah, perfect example. Let's say you do go out alone and your goal is because I feel like if you're going out alone, you're not going out to listen to the music or drink. You're going out to try to meet new people.
Yeah, try to meet new people. Like, obviously, I'd hope to a degree you're enjoying the music. Because if you're putting yourself through that, like you're not even enjoying the music, you're just trying to meet new people, and it's like, I wouldn't really be going clubbing in the first place. Because clearly that's not the same for you.
I've never met a person that said they're going out clubbing for the music. Have you?
Oh, like for me personally, it depends on
like just clubbing, a normal nightclub.
Clubbing more so, probably not. The festivals, obviously.
Oh no, festivals.
So I was going to say there's a
I mean your normal nightclub.
You might have like the odd one, like handful of people that are very like specific. Yeah. I want to see this person. I want to see this DJ, but everyone's there just to get fucked up,
exactly.
Like, more or less, like really, or like I broke up with my missus, or what, like like my missus. He cheated. Like it's all that quick hookup, one night fling, like
drugs, alcohol.
Yeah, it's the mix. Quick. It's a mix.
Yeah, and I just personally feel like if there's different stuff. Me and you have spoken about this heaps. If you go out, we would, as you said, meet a lot of people and get to know a lot of people, and it was an absolute ball.
Were good.
Yeah, the absolute ball. Having to talk to them, get to know them, and everything like that.
Sit down.
But you're knowing these people in that clubbing scenario, and I'm telling you now, catching up with them in a different scenario, going to Macca's
outside of the club,
it's different. They're not. It's different people.
It's something like talking to a brick wall. It's seeming like, hey, what are you doing? It's like, just work, man. Then weekends, get down to the club, fuck shit up. It's like, but like, what do you do outside? It's like, no, not really much, man. Just
wait for the club.
Just live for the weekend, bro. It's like. Yeah, but like, surely you got more to life than that, man. Like, come on.
Yeah. And that's what I mean. If you're going out to clubbing to, make friends, they're not the same people when maybe you go out and catch up for, I guess, going to Macca's or just going on a normal.
Spot on though.
Yeah, because again,
their life
you're meeting
revolves
someone
around that.
Well, but you're meeting someone who's under the influence, whether it be drugs or alcohol. So when you catch up with them, let's say you make that friend, when you catch up with them again outside of the club, it actually is a different person. And everything you did have in common because you were drunk or on drugs and having an absolute ball, now you don't have in common because,
I seriously can't even tell you how many times I've been somewhere where it's just shopping for groceries or in my JB Hi-Fi or EB whatever, and someone's like, "Oh, Lee, man, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, how are ya?" Walk away, and I'm always usually like with my group of mates that I actually do know, by the way, and they're like, "Man, you always know someone. Who is that?" And I'll be like, "I have no fucking idea. I don't even know."
I'm gonna bet clubbing.
And the worst part is, and I like more so again back then when we were going quite a bit, it'd be so common. Hey, man, just add yourself on Facebook. follow me up. And then you wake up the next day and your Instagram, Facebook, and you're like, who even is this person?
Yeah.
Like, who the hell have I added?
Yeah, I'd get a few messages the
like,
next day just saying like, oh man, did you still want to hit up gym? Did you want to do this? I'm like, what did I agree to last night?
Probably not, bro.
Yeah. And I've had a few situations where I think the group I was in, there was a couple of times when we did see people by themselves, we would just invite them in. Because I would think if I was clubbing by myself and I wanted to meet new people, that would be the dream scenario.
Oh,
to
most
have
definitely.
A group of 5 or more say, hey man, do you want to come have a drink with us? Because it would be so hard to go out and just go into a group and somehow merge your way in.
And get along well too.
Exactly.
Like, I know I would, personally, I know for me for a fact, I'd struggle with that.
It'd be so
hard.
I
don't care how confident I might come across with.
Yeah.
I would find like a couple of, especially large groups, like I find that intimidating. Even when I go out to this day, I'm very like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't know.
And we had this one guy, he came up, right, and we were drinking outside the club, like before we got in, we're in the car park, and we're about to go in, we're waiting on a few more people, and we saw this guy who was just by himself. So we told him to come over, and we're like, oh, how you doing, mate? And let's just call him Matt, right? Actually, I think that was his name.
Oh, well, there you go.
And then he was telling us about how he's just moved down from Adelaide and he's come down to make some new friends and he doesn't really know anyone. And we're like, oh, mate, come clubbing with us then. I hope you have a ball. And he was like, oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, let's go. We go in together and we're clubbing, we're drinking, we're getting drunk. And like, as the night goes on, we're trying to, have a chat with him, but he's not too...
Not giving a lot.
Not giving a lot. And maybe you realise why he doesn't go out too much, because the next thing he does is we just get 3 people come up to us and, why is your mate touching those girls, touching those girls' asses? And we're like, what? And he's like, your mate, every time a girl goes past, he tries to grab their asses. He's blacked out and it's not good. And I'm like, who are you talking about? My mates would not do that. He's like, that guy is Matt. And I'm like,
he's with you.
He's like, he is not with us. I've known him.
Don't even know him.
All I know is from Adelaide, and that is it. So there would be times where we'd meet some few people who'd go out clubbing alone, and it was just like, nah. I don't know.
I couldn't do it.
I personally couldn't do it. There's
I
no
just straight
way.
up couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you do a reality TV show like Geordie Shore? Like, could you go and join that for a month?
I would give it a crack. Whether I enjoy it or not, who knows? I feel like it depends on who is in the house with you. Like, granted, obviously you got to be willing to like make those friendships, connections, etc. But you know me well, man. In the sense of like, I feel I can be pretty outgoing. Very like, yeah, I love meeting new people, but I can also be the complete opposite way and just be like, just shut up. Just like, you suck, you're annoying, just shut. Like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it'd be fun though. Like, for the longest time, I always wanted to be on Big Brother.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be on that show. I was like, that'd be cool.
That would be cool. But what would happen if, and I've always thought about this, if you went on one of those reality TV shows, if you came off a lot worse than you actually thought you were.
Yep.
Like, you thought you were a good person, you're right. And then when you're on the TV show, you got nothing coming out from the outside. You're just yourself. Because I've always thought that when some of those people do real questionable shit or just really act up.
Is it because they've been pushed to do it, sort of thing?
No, I was more thinking that, let's say they've been in the Big Brother house for 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of just getting used to the cameras.
Yeah,
so
they're always on you too.
You slowly break down to being yourself again. Because I think the first couple of days you'd be putting really on an act. Exactly.
Big act.
But after a while, you slowly start just doing what you do.
It'll almost be like, I want to be Mr. Nice Guy after the 2 weeks. Like,
yeah.
No, I'm actually just an asshole. Like, everyone sucks. I'm here to cause havoc. You play it off. You're like, Johnny, Kirsten, what's going on? Let's have a good time in here. And then like by the second week, you're like, yes, I'm going to shit on their bed. like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe not to that extent. Like, that's jumping the kind of bit. But like, it's like, I'm going to hide their shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, they like cornflakes. Shame I've drank all the milk. Yeah. like, just that sort of stuff.
Yeah. And imagine if you came out of the house and you're that next villain. Because there's always a villain from a reality TV show.
All the time.
I forget what her name was, but on Married at First Sight, there was a blonde girl.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I don't watch it, but I know.
Neither do I. But
I know who you're talking about, though.
I know she did something in regards to, she revealed another contestant had an OnlyFans, and she showed a few of her friends and the other contestants her OnlyFans pictures. Something along those lines, right? After that, on TV, all the comment sections are just filled with that she's the worst ever. That's just breaking so many rules. That's so out of line. And she's come out of the Married at First Sight experiment, or the episodes have been coming out because maybe they filmed it beforehand, and just getting nothing but death threats. People even showed up to her door fucking with her.
It's ridiculous. Like,
and you don't need that after.
Oh, no way. It's just a reality TV show.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not real.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not. Like,
and I feel like a lot of the things people do aren't really that bad. If we turn to if there was a camera on me for the next 50 days, my life would be ruined. I know I would do something that is just that someone would find offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, sorry, when you say camera, I know keeping it more on like the reality. I'm just thinking more like The Office. It's like, man, if there was a camera on me all the time at work, like,
yeah,
rip.
Yeah,
I just rip. Like, sort of thing. But no, reality TV shows though, out of anyone, granted, you've obviously just heard myself say I wanted to be on Big Brother. Is there any that you wanted to be on as a kid / like what you would want to be doing now at this age?
Survivor.
Yeah. Yeah, nice, good choice.
Survivor would be a good one. We had a very close friend of ours go on Survivor.
It's funny that you bring this up because, and the reason why, before going into this, I was like, I wonder if we'll ever scratch. Obviously, we won't name names. No one needs to know. But we did have a very close mate.
Yeah, Alex Frost.
Can't believe you just done that.
He's been on TV.
Yeah, I get it, but like, I can't. Yeah, all right. Well, I just can't believe that you've actually just name dropped him. That's come as the biggest. Oh boy.
No, I mean,
he'll be loving that. He'll just love that we're gassing him up.
Yeah, he loves
Anyways, was on it for a few episodes. And then stumbled over a tree.
He messaged me, and when I found out he was actually going on Survivor, I was like, "You're kidding? There's no way!" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually doing it." I'm like, "That is fantastic." That's six. Like, and when I asked him about it, I was like, "How'd it go, man?" He's like, "Man, not good. I really hurt my back." I'm like, "How bad?" And he goes, "I bent over to grab a water bottle, and after that, I got sent home." I'm like, "Yeah, that's not real." I was like, "I know you're fucking with me." And he's like, No, I really did. I'm like, "Okay, sure." And then
he said the episode.
And then I saw the episode, and he's asking to go home because he's hurt his back.
How
I'm like,
funny is it? Just
shit.
Quickly, and Frosty, my good friend, if you're out there watching this, I couldn't help but just cry laughing when you're there at Tribal Council. You're telling your boys and the girls, "Please vote me home. I want to go." And they're all like, "No, man, you need to stay." You're like, "Please vote me home." They voted out someone else. The next Tribal Council, he just ups and leaves. I feel so sorry for the person that got sent home. And then the other people as well, after the first one, they're just like, "I think Alex is faking an injury here. He just wants to survive." And it's like, bro, he's actually hurt. Like, it's been like 2 days. He's not playing the game that much.
Did you love his little promo video where he jumped that log? Yeah. What a survivalist. And he told me that, and I was like, "Well, did you get much out of it? Like, are you going to do anything for the promos, for the ads?" And he's like, "Man, the week I was meant to do a promos, he got COVID." So he's always wanted to be on something like Big Brother, Survivor.
He finally got the chance.
And not only that, in high school, our group was always saying, if there's anyone that's going to be on TV, 100%. It's him. And he got the chance. Just the poor guy.
Frosty.
That was right.
I think The Amazing Race as well, just touching on reality, I think that it could be kind of fun.
I think I'd embarrass myself a lot.
I think it's more the eating challenges. I'd be like, "Bro, I'm not eating."
No, that's Survivor that you'd get more of that.
Yeah, but at the same time, sometimes with The Amazing Race as well. I don't know, Survivor, like, looked pretty fun.
Survivor looks fun, yeah. Surely,
you'd be envious of the people who win immunity, though. Like a food challenge, you'd be like, "Oh."
Well, how's this? Okay. These days, I can bring it back to this, okay? You know how before I said to you, would you go on a Jersey Shore type of show?
Yep.
Would you go on there if you weren't getting paid and you were going on there in the hopes that people will search you up afterwards. Because obviously in every TV show, whether it be Married at First Sight, Survivor, Big Brother, there's fan favourites, and
Most
then people
definitely.
go and follow the Instagram, this, that, whatever.
And then they get blown up that way.
Yeah, and then they get invited to things like I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. They get brand deals, all that. That is a lot better in the long term.
I think so. Well, isn't that sort of like Abby Chatterfield?
Yeah. Oh, don't.
No, I know. No, I just want to name drop the name and then just sort of thing. Well, even I mean, we already said Alex Frost, but even Sam,
Yeah.
being on Bachelor, then she was Bachelorette, did the thing with Rove, now own Home and Away. Then she had her own radio show. Like how it just like spirals that way in that sense.
Well, because wouldn't you hate to be one of the ones that get on a reality TV show? Everything kind of goes wrong for you. There's a few mistakes.
Don't get
you
voted
make.
off the first week. Good luck to you. Like really?
Yeah, but and then there's nothing from it. I feel like that'd be hard because there was when I watched X on the Beach.
Yes.
Apparently there was a massive problem with the contestants who would go on. They would really get depression after the show because when they go on X on the Beach,
Everyone's looking
at them. Their socials are blowing up. They're getting invited to clubs every week to do promotions, this, that, and whatever. If they've had their 5 minutes of fame and they're not going on another show, whether it be Geordie Shore, anything,
They're just forgotten.
they're forgotten.
Because then the new contestants come for the new season.
Exactly.
So
And as they get forgotten, slowly you realise if you go to any of their Instagram pages and they have the likes revealed, it's very little. They have thousands of likes and a couple of comments, and you realise they've fallen off. Their brand deals have fallen off, and they don't know how to act.
it's funny. Just speaking and touching on that, it is funny because obviously when I was younger, there would be those few that you would definitely come across on the old Instagram and give them a follow and all that. And then, after a few years, you sort of be like, oh, yeah, I remember you. And it's like, unfollow. Like,
It's actually a art form to be able to hold popularity.
Oh, most definitely.
It really is. If you can somehow keep adapting and keep staying relevant, that's actually incredible. It's a talent in itself. So,
most definitely agreed.
but I think we'll end it here. But I honestly think if you went on a show like maybe not Love Island, but something like Jersey Shore, I think it would be an absolute ball, especially for getting paid.
Oh, yeah, to party, have fun.
Yeah. But I don't think I could do.
I couldn't do back to back to back every single day.
Yeah, I couldn't do back to back to back to back to back. There's no way.
That's no way to live a life, personally.
Yeah, especially drinking. Like just
Ugh.
drinking? No. Anyway, good one, Bass. We'll go on to the next.
Yep.